start with your roster changes. It looks like you might get a couple guys back.
Brass will be in, and Jack Johnson will be in. Nikitin will still be out. I don't think it's anything serious. But we have the defenseman right now, so there's no reason to push him in. So he'll be out, and Jack will go in.
Encouraging for you, given the way the whole team has played, to have those two parts join back in now.
Well, we're excited. Having those two guys. Brass obviously gives you some jump, some offensive ability up front. And Jack gives you a lot of different things on the back end. A guy that can log a lot of minutes and a powerful player and plays in every situation.
You've got points in 3 straight games now. And you seem to be a little more cohesive in the last 3, maybe, would you say, and playing more the way you want the team to play?
Well, when you play against Chicago, it'll always test you in your structure and your team game, just because of their style of play and the players that they have. But I thought we managed it pretty well in Chicago, and then we came home and played, again, another good Colorado team. But I thought we were on top of our game on Sunday. Limited them offensively, and I thought we created some offense. I thought our power play was better. It was 2 for 5, but one was 5 on 3 and 4 on 3. But I still think 5 on 4. We did some good things to create some opportunities.
Last time the Oilers were in here, you guys pretty dominant performance outside of the score. You must have been happy with the way you guys played.
Other than the result, we were happy with a lot of things that went on throughout the game. It was a 1-1 game. We have a power play late, and we give up a shorthanded goal. I mean, those things can't happen. And it really we were in position to make the play. We just didn't make the right play. But throughout the game, a lot of good things, limited their chances. And they're really talented up front. I don't think it's any different than the Colorado team that we saw here on Sunday, as far as them wanting to play a North game, and they'll challenge you off the rush. So we have to be really committed to our structure and committed to working and reloading and getting above the puck. So they have to come through numerous defenders and numerous lines of defense. But offensively, we have to do the same thing. So we have to get some pucks on this guy. I think we have to create more traffic. I don't know who's playing. I'm assuming Dubnyk is, and he's a big goaltender. So we have to get in his line of vision and make it difficult for him.
Have you noticed a difference dealing with Jarmo and Davidson as opposed to what you dealt with Scott? Is there a little bit more impetus from and massaging coming from management in terms of player personnel decisions as to what you're doing with your lineup?
Right now my interactions with them are. I think they're still trying to see how things are done, or how we've done things. As far as the daily transactions, players, to me that's normal. The conversations. I think right now they're getting a feel for myself as a coach and the other coaches and as a staff. Our daily businesses, our daily routines, and the things that we've done. But the normal things that I think conversations that coaches and general managers and presidents have, I think are all normal.
Last time we were here, Ryan Johansson was in the farm. How's he played for you since coming back up?
First game in Chicago, he was really good. We came home and played a Dallas team, and pretty much to a man, we weren't as good as we needed to be. And he's obviously included in that. And then we got back out on the road in Chicago again, he was good. And then back in Colorado Sunday, he was good. So that's what we're trying to get from him and everyone else, is just consistency in his game.
Todd, your string of 1-goal games is remarkable. You're among the league leaders. Is that maddening, frustrating? Do you not pay attention to it?
We've paid attention to it. I think the positive thing from it is we've been in a lot of games this year. The frustrating thing, disappointing thing, is we seem to come out on the wrong side of it most of the time. It was rewarding for our guys on Sunday, I think, to earn the win and celebrate a win, a 1-goal and an overtime win, because again, we've been on the wrong side of that too many times this year.
Todd, you've had to play a young team quite a bit by necessity. Are you impressed with their poise and composure for the most part?
I am. Some of the credit has to go to their partners and who they're playing with. I mean, there's been occasions where our 2 young guys have been out on the ice together. But I have been. Tim Erickson, if you look at his first game, and same with Golubov, his first game, they looked overwhelmed by the speed and just dealing with the size and the experience that these NHL players have. But I think they both have found whether it's through them just their experience here, but they seem more comfortable. There's more poise with the puck. And to me, I think we're starting to see their games and maybe where they could go in their NHL careers. Prouder came in a real tough situation, you know, and playing against Chicago in Chicago, and you know, no warm up, had to fly all day and got there, and I thought he did a good job in that game. And then you look at our Colorado game, he was very good. So we talked about it at the start of the year. The depth of this organization was its defense, and we're seeing that with the young guys that are coming up and playing.
You talked about being in all those one-goal games, but now that you come off this win against Colorado, how important is it for that next building block to put together a couple of wins in a row?
We talked about it on the ice. We can't just show up and think it's going to happen. There's some good things. Again, we got to keep taking steps. The next step is coming out and earning a win tonight. It can't be good enough for just a good game and us to be on the wrong side. We got to find a way to win the game.
Todd, how much has home road figured into your goalie decisions? Mason hasn't started that many games at home tonight. Is there any reason?
Up to this point, there wasn't. It wasn't. We're going to play him on the road and this guy at home. But I did look at it yesterday, and Mace hasn't played a home game in almost a month. So that was some of the reasoning for going into today that Mace would get the game.
But no reason, just sort of the way it felt.
Exactly. Yes.
Were there any points where you wanted to put one goalie in at home to get him going?
No, we didn't look at it as an advantage to play at home, or I mean, this guy's played better at home numbers. Again, when we sit down and we talk, and ultimately it's my decision, but we sit down as a staff, sit down with Ian Clark, and try to map out and figure who's going to give us the best opportunity to win.
Jack talked about thinking he was ready to go tonight and not sure if he could really play the crash bang style that he wants to play. Do you keep an early eye on that? And
I think anybody coming back from injury, you always keep an eye on where they're at physically. It was no different with Anisimov coming back, from his injury. You got to have good lines of communication with your players and on the bench, or in between periods. How do you feel? Is everything okay? And most times it's I feel great, I feel fine, and then you can proceed from there. But Jack's going to be no different.